Well, it's called Hornets, that's Hornets, and we've got a saying, not fashion, style. We sell vintage clothing, anything that's unusual and stylish. Fashion creates nothing. Style is everything. It reflects you, who you are. A lot of our stuff is classic, very classic. The English look, country tweeds, good Savile Row suits, good suits, that kind of thing. We do some designer, modern style, big names, but it's always a very classical look, something original, not high street.
It's one of my favorite shops in London. The story on this shop is that occasionally the aristocracy in the neighborhood want to free up some space in their closets. And it's always the very best German Street, Savile Row labels, etc. cleaned up. And it goes on sale here for about 10% what you pay for the same garment new down in Savile Row. So before you go down there and just do an impossible amount of damage to the credit card, it really makes a lot of sense to come here.
It's the right shop for this area. We've got an international reputation. They come everywhere to view us, and many Americans, lots of continentals. We don't advertise because we get a lot of copy in newspapers. Wall Street Journal wrote us about us, Vanity Fair. But the best advert in the world is dinner party chit-chat.
It's a completely different experience from the impersonality and anonymity and couldn't care less attitude of bored shop assistants in the big shops down on the high street. This place is special.
This one's been here 15 years. I've been in the business 30 years. I like the people around here. They're friendly. We all speak the same language. I don't mean English. I mean taste-wise, class-wise. Oh, I use that dreadful word, class. But I'm in England, and it's still running rampant. Here we are. Very English tweed jacket. Ubiquitous tweed jacket. You can wear it with a pair of cords, you can wear it with a pair of grey slacks and a tie if you want to. It's just a very useful garment, a tweed jacket. We're famous for shoes, good shoes. These, for instance, are Foster and Son. They're made to measure for somebody. They're bespoke shoes, being individual design and pattern to Foster's. Beautiful shoe. People will say, oh, I've never worn a hat. I don't suit hats. I haven't met a guy in the world that doesn't suit a hat. There's always a hat for you somewhere. This is just cute. Royal Marines Sergeant. There we go. It was made in 1932. It's just a beautiful... He was small, wasn't he? But I bet he was trouble. Now that rather beaten-up looking coat is a very old Brigade of Guards coat. Horse guards he wearing on there. It's 19th century. The guards have seen it, and I've promised it to their museum. When I was a kid, every railway station, Piccadilly Circus, Leicester Square, they had a shoeshine guy. Several of them. Cherry blossom shoeshine jacket. That one's a 40s, 50s one. You never see them now. That is going to the Museum of London. If you make your own style, with a classic basis, you're an individual. If you follow fashion, you're run-of-the-mill. We're talking seriously about a tie giving you authority. The simpler a man dresses, the more masculine it is, the more authority it has. It's that, and it always stands out. I went to an old mate's funeral, sort of butlers and lackeys everywhere. I was with my nephew. And all these old boys kept coming up to me and said, "Ah, you knew." So I said, "Yeah, I knew Terry. I was a good old mate." So I said, "I don't know these old boys." He said, "William, you're wearing a Savile Row suit. So are they." In other words, it's still power. I'm an old clothes dealer. They had titles and modes of money. Very charming guys. I was one of them because I got the same cut that they got. Strange, but true.